Hi, hello, welcome to my classes. You are watching Tirupati Malod social classes and we are discussing Telangana history. Today we are going to learn about 1952 Mulki agitation or 1952 Mulki movement. Before that we have done Mulki agitation reasons. Reason behind the Mulki agitation was during the time of Velodi and Jain Chaudhary, many of the non-locals, Gair Mulkis were they or came or entered into the government jobs. Then there was a question mark about the future of the local, future of Mulkis. Hence, the agitation was started. Let's see why, how this movement was started. As you know that Jain Chaudhary's time and Velodi's time, many of the non-locals were influxed or came to Hyderabad and settled. Not only that, those who are settled in the Hyderabad, they were submitted the bogus certificates, means fake certificates. So with the fake certificates, fake Mulki certificates, they got employment opportunities in the Hyderabad state. So the locals are raising the point, these people are non-local, these people are Gair Mulkis. They were appointed in a government sector job with the bogus certificate, that means fake certificate. Okay, next. Today we will discuss incidents which were happen in Warangal. Incidents which were happen in Warangal. 1952 Mulki agitation or Mulki movement was began in Warangal. It's very important. Where the Mulki movement was began 1952, it was began in Warangal. Why? What was happened in 1952? Let's try to understand. Parthasarathi was there, one of the person, Parthasarathi. Who was Parthasarathi? Parthasarathi was divisional inspector of schools. He was divisional inspector of schools and also principal of the government school, government high school of Hanmakonda. Parthasarathi was divisional inspector of schools and also the principal of high school, government high school Hanmakonda. So Parthasarathi was transferred the teachers. 180 teachers were transferred in Masi. Huge teachers were transferred. And based on the reason behind the transfers were, he wanted to appoint non-Mulkis in their places, and most of the teachers were transferred to the remotest areas. Very remotest areas were they transferred. And among that, he also transferred the principal of the Central High School, Mr. Rashid Al Hassan was principal of Central Middle School. He was from Central Middle School of Hanmakonda. Rashid Al Hassan also transferred. Rashid Al Hassan have a lot of good name in the society. He developed the school a lot and is a great person, Rashid Al Hassan. And due to the transfer and torture of the Parthasarathi, and this was led heart attack and death of Rashid Al Hassan. Rashid Al Hassan was died due to the heart attack because of the Parthasarathi criticized and tortured him, and many of the teachers were suffered a lot from the Parthasarathi. And Parthasarathi believed himself that he was a Mulki, but some of the members they claimed that Parthasarathi was not a Mulki, not a local. He wanted to give preference to the non-Mulkis, hence he was transferred much of the teachers to the remotest areas. So this transfer issue and death of Rashid Al Hassan issue was brought to the higher authority, and there was an inquiry. Okay, one inquiry was held. So this inquiry was headed by Dr. Shendarkar. Who was Dr. Shendarkar? Dr. Shendarkar was Deputy Director of Education. He was Deputy Director of Education. So there was one inquiry commission was set up based on the Parthasarathi issue and the death of the Rashid Al Hassan and the transfer of the teachers. And in this one, Haigrivachari also involved. Haigrivachari. Who was Haigrivachari? Haigrivachari was the leader of Hyderabad State Congress. Haigrivachari, you see Haigrivachari ground also there now in Hanmakonda. So Haigrivachari was the leader of Hyderabad State Congress. He also involved in it. Parthasarathi giving complaint that no, Haigrivachari only made this all the fake allegations on me, because Haigrivachari was requested to transfer some of his close members, close friends and relatives to transfer, and I was ignored. Hence, he wantedly making allegations on me. So the Parthasarathi was reported in the inquiry. Okay, Parthasarathi given the statement in the inquiry later. But whatever it is, the inquiry was done. The Shendarkar, Deputy Director of Education, so they have been given a charge. The inquiry was made. When the inquiry was made, 26th July, it's very important date, 26th July. 26th July 1952, very important. 26th July 1952, few students of Hanmakonda, approximately as per the book, V. Prakash book, standardized book. So 4,000 students. So 4,000 students were they took one procession, one rally. 4,000 students had taken a rally, a procession from the public garden, Hanmakonda cross road to Subedari. Where? Hanmakonda, HNK cross road. HNK cross road to Subedari. Okay, how many members? 4,000 students were. 4,000 students had taken a huge protest against of these all the incident, against of the Parthasarathi and against of the non-mulkis, and they are giving a slogans: non-mulkis go back, non-mulkis down, idli sambar go back, non-mulkis go back, idli sambar go back. So they gave slogans on 26th July 1952. Later, all the students they wanted to make a committee, they wanted to make an organization, right? So this organization was made on 28th, 26 no, 28th July 1952. The group of the students, they formed a committee, so that can be called as Student Action Committee. Student Action Committee was formed. 26 they took rally, they had taken rally, and 28th July 1952 Student Action Committee was formed, and a convener of this one, convener of the Student Action Committee, Buchaya was elected. Very important, Buchaya was elected as a convener of the Student Action Committee. So this Student Action Committee was decided, our objective is this one. They passed a resolution. The Student Action Committee was passed a resolution about the non-mulkis, to identify the non-mulkis who are employed in the Hyderabad state, and identify the bogus certificates and try to take appropriate action those people who had given employment in Hyderabad state. So they passed a resolution. After the passing of the resolution, this group of students they wrote a letter. They wrote a letter on 6th August. On 6th August 1952, the Student Action Committee, they wrote a letter to the CM for a request. They are requested to the CM to appoint a cabinet, to appoint a subcommittee, a subcommittee. What is the demand? To appoint a subcommittee. To appoint a subcommittee. To appoint a subcommittee. Who are requesting here? The student organization, the students, the convener, the group of the people were, they wrote a letter to the CM to appoint a subcommittee on non-mulkis, their bogus certificate. Many of people were, they appointed with the bogus certificates and fake certificate. You better to inquire on this issue. So they wrote a letter. 22nd August 1952, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao. Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, that you know that Burgula Ramakrishna Rao was a CM. Then Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, BRKR, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, he visited the Warangal on 22nd August. When he visited August 22, the group of the people, they met CM Burgula Ramakrishna Rao and they gave a letter. They demanded, the letter declares that they are demanding to appoint a subcommittee on again demanded to appoint a subcommittee. 22nd August, students were again demanding to appoint a subcommittee. Hence, at the time, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao was positively responded and he took the letter from the student organization and he was promised that yes, I will appoint a subcommittee after discussion with the cabinet members. First of all, I need to discuss this issue with the cabinet members. After the discussion of the cabinet, I will appoint a subcommittee in this issue. So he was promised, but he promised it, but it was little bit delayed. It was delayed, and they also given a ultimatum. Student also they say the ultimatum, sir, if you do not appoint a subcommittee, by 27, okay, by 27 if you not appoint by 27th August, if you not appoint by 26th, okay, 26th, so from 27 onwards, so we would be planned for to launch a strike. So they given the deadline, okay, deadline for subcommittee was 26th August. If you are not appoint any subcommittee by the 26th August, then 27th they will be called for the strike. We wanted to plan for to begin a strike. On 27th August, a meeting was held. So when wonderful meeting it was, a meeting was held, and this meeting they have discussed yes, what things we have to do, what is the plan of action we have to do. So this mammoth meeting, very big meeting was held in Hyderabad. So 27th August, a mammoth meeting was held in Hyderabad. This was presided by Mr. Timmaraju. Very, very important. Timmaraju was Hyderabad mayor. 27th August, Hyderabad, one meeting was held. So this meeting was headed by Timmaraju. Who was Timmaraju? Mayor. And Gopal Rao Egbote. Very, very important. 27th August, one mammoth meeting, huge meeting was held in Hyderabad. That was headed by Timmaraju, Mayor, and Gopal Rao Egbote. And again 28th, one more meeting was held. 28th August, one more meeting was held in Hyderabad. So this meeting was presided by MLA Papireddy and Uddhav Rao and Payam magazine editor, Payam newspaper, magazine, sorry, it is not a newspaper, magazine, Mr. Papi Reddy was participated. These two meetings are very, very important. 27 they have given the deadline. 27 they wanted to do. 27th August Hyderabad there was a meeting was held. 26th August 28th August Hyderabad one more meeting was held. That was presided over by Papi Reddy was MLA and Uddhav Rao, and Payam magazine paper Papi Reddy also organized. But they given a deadline to the government on 26th itself. So 26th is the deadline. 26th was the deadline. On 26th itself, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao sent a letter to the different collectors. So 26th August, do not confuse, I said first this reading in sequence, I said 26th August evening, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao announced. At the time there was no good communication system, there is no WhatsApp, Facebook, and this kind of good communication system was not available, and so that 26th August in the evening, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao was made a call to the collector. When he was made a call to the collector, the collector was also all the collectors. He was announced to all the collectors. Then all the collectors were tried to mobilize. Yes, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, CM was accepted to form a subcommittee. Right. Next, 26th August, so collector of Warangal collector, he was called to few of the students, and the students were in the evening at 8 o'clock. This news was reached to the students to the 8 o'clock, because 26 was a deadline, and 27 students, they planned to organize the strike. They wanted to organize the strike. So whenever they wanted to organize the strike, suddenly a news came to them, and whenever they got the news, and finally they wanted to stop this strike, okay, and because it was very delayed, 26th 8 o'clock they got this news, and most probably they may not know about the declaration, but collector of Warangal was discussed with the student action committee, and Student Action Committee was asked, we do not know that CM was announced the cabinet subcommittee or not, we do not know. Then they requested Mr. Govind Rao Deshpande. Govind Rao Deshpande was a collector. Govind Rao Deshpande. So who was Govind Rao Deshpande? Govind Rao Deshpande was a collector. Okay, on 26th evening, Govind Rao Deshpande, the collector of Warangal, he got a call from the Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, and whenever he got the call to the Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, and Govind Rao Deshpande wanted to spread the same news, Student Action Committee, they met with the Govind Rao Deshpande. Govind Rao Deshpande was given a written statement about the promise of the Burgula Ramakrishna Rao. Burgula Ramakrishna Rao was promised. Yes, he was given the statement, but it was 8 o'clock on the 26th August. Many of the students, they may not know about that. Okay, and so it was a meeting was held in Bolaram. It was Bolaram, very, very important. So 27th, now 27th. So 27 what happened? 27 one meeting was held. Few students were organizing the strike. Some of the students do not know about the compromise about the cabinet subcommittee. Because at the time there is no TV news channels and there is no good communication system, so a lot of confusion was there. Okay, so that's what all the meetings are going on. All the meetings are organizing. Next, on 27th August, Partha Sarathi. So Partha Sarathi was met SP VP Nair. He was met to SP Mr. VP Nair. Partha Sarathi, Divisional Inspector of Warangal, he met SP VP Nair about the students and the disturbances which are going on in the Warangal schools. Partha Sarathi believed that some of the students may plan to attack on the Parthasarathi. So Parthasarathi asked the protection. Parthasarathi was asked the protection and they were protected. Police were protected. But on 20, 28, 29, 30, 29 August, 28 August and 30 August, in these 3 days, little bit disturbances were happened in the Warangal. Some of the students wanted to boycott the classes, those who do not know, and some of the students, those who know about the cabinet subcommittee and they doesn't want to organize, doesn't want to involve in it. So 30 August, 28, 29, 30, 29, 28 also, they the lathi charge was, there was a lathi charge on the students, and 29th also there was a lathi charge, but 30, 29th and 30 there was a lathi charge on the innocent students. So due to that, this news was spread across the state. This news was spread across the state, and the students all over the colleges came onto the road and they are giving the slogans against of the Mulkis. Madrasis go back. Madrasis go back. And non-Mulkis go back. Idli Sambar go back. So when the lathi charge was happened on 28th August, 29th August, 30th August, because Parthasarathi claimed that some of the students are planning to attack on me and sudden disturbances were there. They are taking rally, and so that 31st August and 28th August there was a lathi charge was happened. So due to this lathi charge on 29 and 30, the students were against of the 29 and 30 lathi charge, students came onto the road. I can say that on 31st August, students they took huge rally from Abbots to Saifabad. Abbots to Saifabad Arts and Science College. While we are going to Mehedipatnam, Mass of Tank, after Mass of Tank, there is a Arts and Science College is there. So 31st August, the students they organized one rally. It is from Abbots to Saifabad. One huge rally was held. In that rally, they are giving the slogans about the non-Mulkis go back, Madrasis go back, Idli Sambar go back. So these slogans were, they gave these huge slogans. Okay, and this all leads to one bad incident. So that incident was called as 1952 September 3-4 City College incident. September 3 and 4 1952 City College incidents, because the students are huge crowd. They came onto the road and they demanding about the injustice will happen. The lathi charge will happen on the students of Warangal. Okay, and so due to that, many of the disturbances were happened in the September. So I wanted to recapitulate once. They're simple. Non-Mulkis were appointed during the J.N. Chowdhury and M.K. Velodi's period. Okay, Parthasarathi was appointed as a divisional inspector of schools. He was transferred the many teachers, and Rashid Al Hassan was died due to the heart attack. One of the reputed headmaster of the Central Middle School of Warangal, and one committee was appointed inquiry that was headed by Dr. Shendarkar, the Deputy Director of Education, and later 4,000 students were they organized a rally from Hanmakonda Crossroad, Public Gardens to Subedari. Okay, thereafter they have appointed, they organized it, or they formed a student action committee. Student action committee, it was, the leader was Buchaya. Okay, 26th August they wrote a letter to the CM about the cabinet subcommittee. Then after 22nd August, Burgla Ramakrishna Rao came to Warangal. Then they requested, if you are not fulfilled their demand by 26th August, from 27 onwards, they decided to launch a strike. 27, one meeting was held. That meeting was held in Bolaram. In this meeting, Timmaraju, the mayor of Hyderabad, was participated, and Gopal Rao Ekbode also participated. 28th August, Hyderabad, one more meeting was held, and it was presided over by Papi Reddy and Uddhav Rao, and Payam magazine paper Papi Reddy also participated. But 26th August in the evening, 26th August in the evening only, Burgla Ramakrishna Rao announced a cabinet subcommittee against of the non-Mulki's appointment, and Govind Rao Deshpande was the collector of the Warangal. He also got the same news. Okay, by 26th August at 8 o'clock in the evening, 27th August, Govind Rao Deshpande was discussed with the Buchaya and other student leaders. Some of the students some of the students do not know about this promise given by Burgla Ramakrishna Rao. 28th, 29th, 30th August, certain disturbances were happened among the students, and Parthasarathy also gave a complaint to the SP of the Warangal, VP Nair, about the students are planning to attack on the Parthasarathy. So these all leads to lathi charge on the 28th, 29th, 30th August. So because of this against of this lathi charge, 31st August, students they held one rally. They had taken a rally from Abidz to Saifabad. This all circumstances situation led for one bad incident, that is September 3/4 City College incident. September 3/4 1952 City College incident. So what was City College incident? That we will learn in our next session. I hope you understand this session. It's a very useful session for the competitive examination purpose. If you have any doubt, you please type in your comment section. Thank you. That's it myself.